Lady Emma Hamilton by Jessica Munoz for Western Art History, Spring 2024. I will be discussing Emma Hamilton and each person who impacted her life. Or actually, it's more like all the men who played her. Lady Hamilton, the queen of attitudes. Aristocrats viewed her as problematic because, all the best women are. But she won them over and gained cultural status when she was in Naples. The early life of Emma. She was actually born Amy Lyon on the 26th of April in 1765. Now, this is an estimated date because nobody can actually find any real documentation on her date of birth. Her father was a blacksmith who died when she was only 2 months old, and so she was raised by her strong-minded mother. Thomas Lindley. At 13, Emma went to work as a housemaid for composer Thomas Lindley and his wife. With them, Emma was in the heart of London, right in the theater scene, and a place where young women with ambition had opportunities to succeed. Unfortunately, a rumor circulated that Emma was pregnant with Lindley's child, and she abruptly left. After leaving the Lindley household, Emma found her way to Miss Kelly in Arlington Street, and she worked in a fashionable brothel until about 1781. Now, this was around the time that she became the mistress of Sir Harry Fanshawe. Now, Sir Harry Fanshawe, the baby daddy. So, in her time with Sir Harry, Emma would dance naked on tables to entertain his friends. And now another rumor started circulating that Emma became pregnant. When this happened, he kicked her out. No money, no contact, she was out. Fortunately, she had met Sir Charles Greville through Sir Harry and reached out to him. Now, on to Sir Charles Greville. This guy's a winner. He offered a heartbroken Emma and her mother protection. However, it did come with a price. I mean, almost everything does, right? So, she would be required to give up her child, the rumored child, from her previous baby daddy, we remember him, and her disgraced name of Lyon, and never show him ingratitude. So, Emma changed her name to Emma Hart and moved into the London villa. Oh, my girl Emma. She cannot catch a break. So Greville grew tired of her after only 4 years. He knew he had to discard her and try to find himself a wealthy heiress. So he passed her on to his uncle, Sir William Hamilton, around the year 1786. So there are some positives that happened in between Emma being passed around like nothing between these men. She met George Romney in 1782 while she was living in the London villa. Now, he found her alluring, and she became his muse. She would sit for him for the next 9 years, which resulted in over 70 paintings and sketches. Emma, a muse. I mean, just look at this. As his muse, she was able to fulfill Romney's desires to combine portraits with subjects from history. She was theatrical. She had a talent for striking poses. And so his work is broken up into 4 different groups of pieces of art that he completed with Emma as his muse. One of the paintings by George Romney is Lady Hamilton as Medea. Painted in 1786 oil on canvas, is held at the Norton Simon Museum in Pasadena, California. This is one of my favorites. This work depicts Lady Hamilton as the enchantress Medea, known from Greek mythology. Her hair is a warm red, flying back into the darkness. It's disheveled. She looks like she's moving, like she's just flipped her head around. Her hair is just flying. Her hands gently placed near her face, like she's almost clenching herself. And the main focus of this composition are her facial features. While the rest of the painting is feathery and a little chaotic, her face is so still and it's just so prominent. And her eyes are fixed on something, her lips a little pouty, and you can just see the light is just shining right onto her. And so this piece is just so great with the colors, complementary green and reds. The red really standing out, being the main focal point, with the different shades of green really highlighting the rest of the painting. And you could see in the background there is a tiny bit of blue, as well as in the sleeves, a little bit of blue, just a little accent color to make that green stand out and to really, really make that red shine. Now back to Gravel. You remember him, the man out for himself who did our girl dirty. Emma was once again left heartbroken and passed along to another man for protection. Fortunately for Emma, Sir William Hamilton was charmed by her, and they ended up married in 1791. So Emma was brought to live with Hamilton, and with it came all his connections to artists, aristocrats, scholars, and it gave place for Emma's attitudes to shine. So now our girl, Lady Emma Hamilton, was gaining popularity and confidence being the wife of Hamilton. Then in 1792, Emma and Sir William meet Horatio Nelson, and that is when the real drama begins. Emma and Nelson began a passionate love affair, very famous love affair, in which Sir William actually accepted. In the 1800s, all three of them left Naples and returned to England together, where the tea was poured. Emma was pregnant with Nelson's child. Nelson's wife, she was not as accepting, gave him an ultimatum, and guess what? Finally, our girl catches a break, and he chose Emma. So the three of them lived in a scandalous affair, a menage a trois, if you will, in England. And of course, they were the talk of the town. So this triangular fairy tale would not last. In 1803, Nelson was fatally wounded while out to sea, and Emma was pregnant again with their second child. Warning, trigger warning, who died shortly after childbirth. With her reputation already tarnished from, we remember, the menage a trois, she was left with nothing. Nelson's instructions to provide for Emma were ignored by the government. So Emma's status continued to decline, and she had no option but to leave. Unfortunately, she died at the age of 49, and her daughter with Nelson actually never claimed her as her mother. Our poor girl Emma, she just could not catch a break. The life of Lady Emma Hamilton is a great story of overcoming poverty, rising to the top in social popularity, and losing it all. She ended up back where she started. However, she did live an ambitious life, full of love, full of pain, and full of heartache.